Hey guys, it's Kate, and in this tutorial I'm going to explain you how you can build these 4 types of roofs. I'm going to explain you step by step how you can do this, and these unique roofs are perfect to make a build look more special, and we're going to jump right in. And we're going to start off with building a gambrel roof. I used this type of roof for the barn I built and for multiple residential lots, and I think it looks just cute. And we're going to start off by building a room just like this. And then we place another room on top right at the center. The size of the room doesn't really matter. You can build this however you like, but you should make sure that the room is placed at the center. And you want your room to be bigger than the area at the edges. And then we simply place a roof on top. And then we click on the little arrow to remove the edge. And then you click on the ball, you drag your mouse to the outside, and you have a lovely curve. And then you can drag your roof a little bit up. You don't have to do that. This is down to personal preference. You could also keep it like this, but I just think it looks much more beautiful in this case if I drag it up a little bit. And then you want to add this type of roof here to the side. We adjust the size so it's just as wide as this area, 2 grids. And then we drag this up until the edges meet here. And then again you want to click on the arrow to remove the edges like we did for this one. And now you want to click on the ball again, but this time you want this to arch inwards. So it looks like this. We have a lovely curve going on. It almost looks like a S shape. And then we simply copy this roof by clicking on these 2 squares. And then we can add these fascias just to make it look more beautiful. And as you can see, we have a edge here. And then you just have to drag it up a little bit. This can be a little bit tricky. I mean, not tricky, but you have to find the right spot, so you might have to drag it up or down a few times until these 2 edges merge perfectly. And this is it. This is a gambrel roof, and of course you can slap on some colors on the walls and add some windows and change the color of the roof, and you can really design this however you want, but this is the basic roof shape. And now we're going to build the stack gable roof. This is not something that you would see in real life. This is more of a fantasy roof, but I think it looks so unique and it just makes a build look so special, and it's fun. I really like this. And again, we are going to build a room. And then you simply add a gable roof and adjust the size to the room. And again, you want to click on these little arrows and drag it inwards to remove the edge. And now we're going to add this fascias and a roof color right away, because we're going to copy this roof, and this way we don't have to apply this color over and over again. And now you just click on this roof and you click on these 2 little squares to copy your roof, and you don't need the move object sheet for this. It is deactivated right now. It works just like this, and you copy it and you place it at the exact same spot where your original roof is located, just like this. And then you click on the arrow and drag it upwards, and you can see that you have this beautiful fascia pattern right at the front. And now you can click on copy again right away if you want to, and you drag it up again, and you can have some fun with it. You can do whatever you like. You can place one at the bottom, or you could also click on the little balls and you can change this shape just like this and create something like this, for example. And the reason why we removed the edge at the beginning is because these all merge together here and it looks fine this way, but if you don't remove the edge it looks a little bit weird, but you don't have to, but I would just advise to do this. And then we can apply any kind of color, of course. And because these roofs are stacked on top of each other, you can only pick one color for this whole area. You can't color this one and then this area. You apply one color and it changes completely. I think it's the roof that is on top. This is the wall that you color. And you just see these edges here. And then what I like to do is just to add some shelves, for example. This just looks so great, and I'm going to pick the same color, and you can add them just like this, just like freezers basically. And this way you can have some more fun with this very unique shape, like this for example. And you can use the move object sheet just to add more stuff to this area and to make it look unique. And you can really go crazy with this and have some fun. This is really a fantasy roof. This could look so good for any kind of rustic build, maybe even for modern builds in combination with a glass roof. I don't know, you can really have some fun with this. So yeah, this is the stacked gable roof. The next roof is so much fun. I used this one for my A Nightmare Before Christmas build. It's a fantasy roof, and I think that you could use it for a witch cottage, for example, for any kind of fantasy witch build, for anything you like really. And again, we're going to start off by building a room, and you want this room to have a even number, because this way, as you will see, the edges at the top will meet. But first off, we are going to place one half of the roof, and we're going to use this one here. And you place it like this, and you place it on half of the room. And then you click on the little arrow again to remove the edge. And then you drag it upwards. And then we click on the ball, move it outwards so we have a nice curve. And then we can simply copy this roof. Place it like this, and then we click on the ball again, but we move it inwards. And this way we have this lovely shape. As I said, it reminds me of something like a witch cottage, something like this. And now we're going to add some color. And you can adjust this to your taste. You can go extreme and move it outwards and inwards a little bit more, just however you like it really. And if you don't use a even number for the room, and if you don't divide the roof in equal sizes, then you have a problem here at the top sometimes. As you can see, even here you can see a ever so slightly small line, and this is a little bit tricky when you have, let's say, when this one is 4 squares wide and this one 3, for example. And yeah, and this is it. You can adjust this. You could also, of course, go like this and move this outwards and this inwards, and just however you like. And now we're going to build a Japanese inspired roof. I used this type of roof for my Japanese village build. And of course we're going to start by building a room. And you want to make sure that your room is square and not a rectangle. And then you simply build another room on top, but this room has to be smaller than the one at the bottom, and it has to be square again. So you simply want to place it in the center. In this case, I just copied the roof, but you can also simply build it as long as it's square and in the center. And then we're going to copy this room here, and we just stack them on top. Whoops. Just like this. And then we're going to start with the actual roofs, and we're going to use this type of roof here. And you simply place it on top of the bottom room. But we want to make sure that we have some overhangs, so we extend the roof 2 squares on each side. You have to make sure that you do this on each side, because you want your rooms and your roofs to be completely square and not a rectangle. And after you've done this, you click on the ball and you drag it all the way down, so you have this type of shape. This way it curves a little like this. And then we are simply going to copy this roof and replace it on the floor above. And then we simply make it smaller, 1 square. And we're going to do the same for the floor above. And again, we're going to have it 1 square smaller. And then on top, we are going to add another roof. Again, I could have copied this, but in this case I just built it. But you could also copy the one underneath, and you want to have a overhang of 1 square. And when you look at it this way, it's cascading. It's not as bright at the top as it is at the bottom when you look at it like this. And you can again adjust this. You could also make this even smaller. This depends. You can have some fun with it, but you need this. It looks like stairs almost. You want this cascading look, so it looks more like a Japanese inspired roof or building. And then we are going to use this type of roof here. And we are going to pre-shade this at the floor, and then we are going to copy it and going to add it to the building. And you want this to be only 1 square wide here. You are going to drag the ball down, just like this. And again, you are going to drag on the arrow to remove the edges like we did before. So it looks like this. Oh no, we're going for 2 squares, sorry. So it's 2 squares wide. Going to lower it so you have something like this. Again, you can play with it and change it up, but I would advise this to be 2 squares wide here. Drag down the arrow so you don't have this edge going on, and drag it down just like this so you have something like this. You could also go for something like this, or you could drag it like this. Not like this. This is too low, but like this, so you can see this curve here. And then we just copy this, and we are going to start at the bottom, and then you add it like this, and you extend it. And you don't want this to meet here at the edge, so here's 1 square when you look here, so you don't extend it all the way, so you leave 1 square empty. And then you copy it. You can copy it here so it has the correct size already, and then you're going to do the same on all sides. Sometimes it won't let you place it right here, but then you can simply place it here. You extend it like this and go like this. And then you can add some color to make it look more like a Japanese roof. Of course, this is not 100% authentic, but when I was building the Japanese village, I just did my best to recreate something like this. And here we have a base game wallpaper that I like to use for this. And you can change the roof color. You can have some fun with it again and just adjust it to your own needs and your own taste. And then you simply do the same for all of these, so you can copy this. And now we're going to add some details. The roofing itself is complete. And now we're going to activate our move object sheet. And for this, you open the cheat console by pressing Ctrl, Shift and C, and then you enter bb.moveObjects. And now I am going to use this here. Just to add some detail, and I like to place this right at the edge. We left this edge open here, and this is where I like to place this. It's just a tip that you would usually add at the top of a tower, for example, but I think that the gold goes so well with the red, and I think it makes it look nice and unique. Then we're going to do this all the way around. Of course, you don't have to do that. You can just skip this step if you don't like the look of this, but I feel like it makes it look more authentic. So this is it. Here you can see the 4 different roof shapes, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or constructive criticism, just leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye!